And I'm back here with Jamie Offenbach, who is co-directing The Merry Widow with me next February for Toledo Opera. So the weather looks good in Hawaii there. You're enjoying the summer breezes almost?
Well, actually, last night was pretty unusual. We had a major winter storm come through with lightning and thunder and really low cloud coverage. We never really, it's very rare we get that. And it was
Wow.
pretty intense, really nice.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow. So we talked about the biggest challenge in this production. What do you think? The dialogue?
Yeah, I think that is it's twofold. I think it's the dialogue and it's the flow of the piece. I think which are hand in hand, right? So the dialogue melds into the music melds into the dialogue and the flow and the rhythm of the actors, all the way from point A to point Z, and it just has to flow super well. So I would say maybe that's the biggest challenge that I see for us is to make it flow. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Seems
would agree. I would agree, but I think we have some capable cast members, which we'll talk about in a minute, that will be able to handle that really, really well. I'm very
good.
excited about that. What's your favorite aria or song from Merry Widow? I know
Uh,
what mine is.
what is yours?
Mine's Velia. It tugs at my heartstrings.
Well, how could it not? I mean,
I
really.
know.
Yeah. I think that I really love that piece. I mean, obviously, it's exceptionally beautiful, um, and I can see it fully staged and realized in my brain, and I know you can too. I think also I like some of the fun stuff too. I like the girls number, and I like that we're going to reprise it at the end as a company piece. I think it's bombastic, it's fun, it's lively, it's the can. Um, I enjoy that, and then I think the other part I love is not so much an aria, but the waltzes. I think
Mm.
when you start to hear that and you see those two lovebirds dancing the waltz on stage alone, to me, that gets me right here. It's
I
just,
think people of a certain age in our audience will know the Merry Widow Waltz very well because it was a very popular tune in its day.
and also for our people who have never seen the Merry Widow or have never even really seen or heard a waltz live, you can't help. That cannot help but to touch at your core of your soul and your heartstrings. It's just some of the most gorgeous music.
Which would you say is the most recognizable song?
Probably the Via.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah,
yeah.
I think
I mean,
so.
that's Hannah's bread and butter.
There's also that quintet. Is a quintet or sextet in the end of Act Two, which is so beautiful. It's kind of short. It's before all the chorus comes in. Everything. It's so beautiful. It starts off with the tenor, and then everybody joins in. It's just so beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
yeah. Do you know that it's been since 1990 that Toledo Opera has done the Merry Widow?
no, I didn't know that. Did you do a traditional version last time,
We
or?
did. We
Yeah,
did. I was actually in the chorus at that time.
very cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So let's talk about the set. People have been asking, are we using projections or a physical set?
Well, put me on the spot.
We decided that we needed a physical set for this, and we're very excited with the set that we're going to use. It's from the same company that did our La Boheme set, which our audiences loved. So it's very pretty, and the first act is at the embassy, correct?
Yes, it's at the
And
Friends.
then the second act, Hannah invites everyone to her home in her garden. So it's
Yes,
set in her very fancy garden. And then
yes.
the third act is where, Jamie?
The third act is at Chez Maxime. It's the
Yes,
Parisian restaurant slash what do
nightclub.
we nightclub? Yeah,
Yeah, so it's a very beautiful. I think the costumes are going to be gorgeous. I think it should be visually stunning production.
can't wait to see it.
Me either. I mean, wow. So this cast that we've put together, we scoured the nation. Kevin and I listening to folks, and we're very excited to announce that Allison Cambridge, who was Toledo Opera's Carmen 2 years ago, will be starring as the Merry Widow. And I think you've worked with Allison, have you not?
A little dirt on Miss Allison. Miss Allison and I, so we actually did the Merry Widow together. I was Zeta and she was the widow. She is a dreamboat. She exudes confidence, sensuality, and on top of it, she's got a gorgeous voice. She carries herself well on stage. She is the widow. She embodies the character really well. So I'm really excited to work with her again. And on top, sorry to interrupt you, she's a fantastic colleague. That I will give you kudos to for hiring her.
We're so excited when I looked and saw that she had done this, had done the widow before. I didn't know she had done it with you. I went to Kevin and Suzanne and I said, I think I found our February show for next year, because look who stars in it. And they were like, oh, yes. So luckily the timing worked out with her schedule and everything. So, and we're pairing her with Keith Ferris.
May I just interrupt you really quickly?
Sure.
When you had asked me to do this, she was going to be my first recommendation. So, and beknownst to me, you had already asked her to do it. So I was excited.
Yeah, we're over the moon on that one. And we're very excited to welcome Keith Ferris to Toledo Opera, a baritone who's going to sing Prince Danilo, who you've worked with before, I found out as well.
Yeah, he's another dreamboat. It's like really great casting. He's such such a giving colleague. He's a great guy. I'm not just saying that. He really is. He's a really great guy. And we did. What did we do together? We did the. I'm blanking. I only got 2 Grammys from it.
Is that all?
Is that all? Well, yeah. So it was at Florentine Opera, and it was a recording of Elmer Gantry that received 2 Grammys. So yeah, I think that
congratulations, you.
Yeah. So he's a great colleague, great voice, and he has great acting chops.
Yeah, he's really wonderful, and I'm really excited to get to work with him finally. I think this is his 2nd year at Bowling Green, if I'm not mistaken. So we're very excited to welcome him.
They will be a really handsome couple on stage. I think they'll have a great charisma together and really be able to sell it.
It's a really good-looking cast. I know you won't say it, but I will. Everybody that we have cast is, soap opera good-looking. Let's just say that.
Good, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
And playing Camille de Rosillon is Drake Dantzler, who has sung with Toledo Opera a couple times. A great tenor from up in Michigan, just a couple hours, and he sang one of the smaller roles in Tosca, and he and his wife Alta have run our summer camp a couple times.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so is Alta a mezzo-soprano?
Yes, who played Marta in Your Faust. Yeah.
I love her, yes. I met him. Very good, very nice.
Yeah, Drake's fantastic. And his counterpart playing Valenciennes is one of our resident artists this year. Her name is Caroline Miller, and she is just a spitfire and just wonderful soprano that we're very excited, and I think will be a great addition to the role of Valenciennes.
Well, that's the character that I deal with a lot because she's my wife. So I'm really looking forward to playing with her, and I hope that we can have this great rapport back and forth together. I've changed some of the dialogue, so there's a lot of fun going on between us both. So yeah, very good. I'm looking forward.
And she's up for anything. Trust me. She and I just were on the phone this morning, and she was asking me all kinds of questions, and she definitely wants to be one of the grisettes and dancing.
Her role is a tricky role because a lot of opera singers don't want to dance, and in the last act, I don't want to give it away, but she does come back, and she comes back as one of the Can Can Gazette girls. And she does this full-on dance number, which, you know, again, sometimes works with an opera singer and sometimes it doesn't. So I'm really excited that she's up for it and wants to do this. That's
Yeah,
great.
I think that when I found out that you were able to do it, Kevin and I talked, and when she auditioned, we thought she'll be such a great nemesis to Jamie. Those two will be trouble all day long.
Oh, good, good. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
yeah. So we're really excited. We're very excited to have you back in Toledo next February. Subscriptions are on sale now, so you can call the box office 419-255-SING. That's 7464. Isn't that clever, Jamie? Yeah. So thank you so much for taking time, and we'll be talking to you again, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's so great that we had this opportunity to get together and to catch up and to get people to know a little bit more about Merry Widow. I'm super excited about coming back and to be a part of Toledo Opera. I love being there. And I think this is like the perfect opportunity to bring the widow in to especially everything that's happening nowadays, and to have a celebration of life and to have fun at the theater again.
I couldn't agree with you more. And thank you so much, my friend. We'll talk to you soon.
Talk soon. Thank you. Aloha.
Aloha.